Hello, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Christine Okosun. Today I'll be doing a reaction to Elvis and the Black community.
And with Elvis doing this kind of music, gave an injection to black music that no other artist had ever done.
Well, it was like an earthquake in my neighborhood. The whole place was shaking when he came on. And I said, how the person possessed that kind of power? That it even comes off the TV and grab me in this ghetto neighborhood.
Elvis took my tutti frutti, and I was very disgusted. But by him singing it, he really made it bigger and made me bigger.
During those days, if it was a white artist doing something, they would just say, they don't like our blacks, and we don't like them either. He's nothing but a copycat. But Elvis Presley, when he came on, he was screaming and going crazy, and it was just like any other neighborhood. And I said, this guy's got something going, man.
Elvis had something that made him sound like he truly meant it, and that's what made a lot of people like myself like it.
I think Elvis had lots of soul. He appealed to black people. He definitely had to have soul in order to do that.
I think there's ever been an artist that when his name went on the marquee, they knew he was coming. People came from all over the world. I never heard of that.
Elvis did a lot of stuff that, rappers do these days.
He had the bling. You gotta have the bling when you're from Memphis.
He had the bling, he had Cadillac, he had like a gangster in it. As the snow flies on a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto.
The song also resonates with people who've only met Elvis through his songs.
He was talking about the hood. They talking about where we come from.
Paul Beauregard and Jordan Houston are the Oscar-winning rap duo 3-6 Mafia. They grew up just 2 blocks from Graceland in one of Memphis's poorest neighborhoods.
I want a CD scratcher.
My mom used to always listen to this song when I was young. He talked about, things that she went through. She had my mom had a bunch of kids, like 9 kids. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get somebody to listen to your song. You talk about what they know about, what they want to hear. And she knew about ghetto, because, she lived in ghetto.
The ghetto,
that's it.
and his mama cries. But if there's one thing that she don't need, it's another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto.
After we find the part on the record that we want to use, we sample it into the drum machine or the keyboard. That way we can loop it like.
My first line says, first I'm broke, so I hang out with the rat and roach. It's still broke, so I'm sleeping on apartment floors. So it's just like the struggle, what's going on in the hood. First I'm broke, so I hang out with the rat and roach. It's still broke, so I'm sleeping on apartment floors. And I was off beat, but it's all good, because it's on TV. maybe do some edits. Make me look cool. Maybe put my name in the credits.
Once we have all that ready, we load it into the drum machine and then pay out.
So he starts to roam the streets at night, and he learns how to steal, and he learns how to fight in the ghetto. Survival is an everyday task. Watching your back for the man wearing the mask. I say you might get stuck if you in the hood looking like you came up. We ride old school whips, high off the ground, right beside a player hill.
Was this song done together with them? I like it already. I don't know the song, but I like it.
So I hang out with the rat and roach. And still broke, cause I'm sleeping on the apartment floors. The joints get up, kick, when they smoke the brick. I never seen a drug dealer ever call it quits. The hood struggle is to make you gotta get the change. See, every day is like a dark cloud full of rain. The feds tapping for what's dangerous when you hood trapping. So don't get lost in the sauce slinging, cold crackling.
So help your brother along the way, no matter where he starts. For the same God that made you, made him too. These men with broken hearts.
During the 60s and early 70s, when tensions between blacks and whites were at an all-time high, Elvis demonstrated his desire for racial reconciliation in the musicians that he chose and the treatment they received.
When we first decided to take the gig with Elvis,
We had no idea that there would be any racial flag regarding it. Our first racial encounter was when we went to Texas. Elvis was told by his people that, well, you can leave the black girls home. You don't have to bring them. So Elvis wasn't going to do the Astrodome unless his girls could be with him. And he demanded that we be given the star treatment. We had to be in our convertible where everybody could see us. And our little blonde could drive us. And that was his statement. You don't like it? Deal with it, or I'm not going to be there. And I thought that was very big of him.
When I joined the group in 1972, they took a big chance because there were no blacks in contemporary or Southern gospel music, and I was the first one, and it made all the headlines and everything. It was in Billboard and all the newspapers in Tennessee. And my first time meeting Elvis he had a folder full of clippings of things that he had read about me. As a matter of fact, the Imperials brought me to his suite, and he gave me this folder with all the clippings, and he personally welcomed me into the family. And for a guy who, didn't really know where he stood, this was very important that he acknowledged my presence and, made me feel very much a part of what we were all doing. And right away, he treated me like he'd known me for years. He gave me one of those
Elvis is a normal human being, normal, very, very normal. His sense is complete, is in the right place. You see all those salty, racist people, they're abnormal. They have a psychological problem, and they should be jailed or something. It's crazy. How can you look down on another human being and think that you are more special, or it's crazy, sick. And how can you look down on another human being just because you have money more than them, or you think you're more intelligent than them? Or how can you look down on another human being because their fathers did that, their forefathers did that to your forefather, and you're not judging this present person with the same eye? See? The blame goes round. Everybody has a blame.
CB chains and everything, and I was just one of the guys, and I never forgot that.
And I've been around him with other people of color, and I've only seen him give love. He was very generous to people that he didn't even know. You didn't have to be of any racial persuasion for him to love you.
And you know how rumors get started when there's a big star or something. The people will start rumors. Well, he doesn't like this kind of people, or he doesn't like those people or that people. And I never got that from him.
But Elvis is a whole nother thing. I think it's scary to even be compared to people in that, like, because he's such a big talent, and in his absence, of course he's bigger than in his presence. And music marks time, so in this time period, what Elvis was to his period would be something totally different. Well, I think rock and roll, what he brought to Vegas is more than rock and roll. I think it's just so much going on out here on the entertainment front. Like right now, you'll see the likes of Celine Dion and Tony Braxton. There's a lot going out here. As far as rock and roll is concerned, it's great. Elvis Presley was able to do things that haven't been able to be duplicated to this day.
Yeah.
Black America.
He's able to do things that have not been able to be duplicated till this day. That's very right, 50 Cent. Very, very correct. This man is a good human being. He's a sound musician. He loves God. He has a good heart. He's a good representative of Christ on earth here, because we know that God is love. Is a good representative of of how God is. God is love. It's sick when you say it's hypocritical when you say you love God and you do not love your fellow human being. It's very hypocritical. He was not an hypocrite. he's a giver. Wow. I would like to learn how to give like that from when I have this little I have now. But I don't want to say until I get that big, because you have to start. Anyway, this is my own personal thing. So back to Elvis.
American music influenced Elvis. The fact that people say, well, he's the king of it all, king of rock and roll, is a slap in the face to those that made the music possible in the first place. Not to say he wasn't brilliant. I think he was a fantastic, talented singer.
I don't think he ripped them off. I think once something has been exposed, anyone can add or take from it if they like. He was just so great, so popular, so hot, so anything that he played, it became a hit. To me, they didn't make a mistake when they called him the king.
The only thing I want to know, was he my friend? Did I enjoy him as a performer? Did he give the world of entertainment something? Yes, on all counts. And that's the name of that tune.
He was a bundle of energy set to music. And that echo will never die.
Yeah. And that echo will never die. That echo will never die. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Elvis, besides that, Elvis is not struggling any title with anybody. He always didn't like to be called the king of anything. So that answers what I consider whatever comments trying to say he's not king of a slap on the Michonagi. Michonagi means quiet, but in a harsh way. I like this. I like the end. I did not like the beginning because it got me all emotional. Oh, I thought it was a song. Alas, it was a documentary. The echo will never die. Yes, that echo will never die. Good tribute. I guess this was put together to set the record straight. I love the way, I don't know his name, I'll find out the man in this picture right now. He said, you know how rumors start? Rumors always exist, have always been existing and will continue to exist. The powers that be just carry that rumor, and the messenger of disruptions will be the forerunners to carry that, the messengers, and they're actually messengers, to carry that fake news and rumor and destroy a lot of things. Just as we have bad rumors being carried on good politicians, and bad politicians are replacing the good ones. All due to sentiments, all due to unfounded sentiments. So these things will continue to happen. These things do happen. Just looking like Carlotta from the Phantom of the Opera. These things do happen. These things will continue to happen. So thank you so much for making me watch this. It makes me understand more about the man Elvis. He was a good human being, a true representative of God, because God is love and he loved people. I really wish he was loved back, but he came and he fulfilled his purpose here on earth. He saw every human being as a human being, even when he was being hated by people of his own, fellow human beings of his own skin color, sick, those ones are the sick ones that should be put in an asylum until they get healed or something, or delivered, laid hands on and be delivered from that demonic spirit of racism. Okay, there's nothing for me to say other than thank God the record was put straight, and yes, that echo will never die. That echo will never die. Thank you, Elvis, for doing your part. Now it's time for us to learn from you and play our part. What is my purpose here on earth? Why was I created here on earth? How can that purpose find expression? Because I wouldn't know when the time will be over and you need to go home. Like I always say, for all those that are racist or are crazy or just want to satisfy self, and forgetting that there are those to guide us here on earth, given by God, the Almighty Sovereign God. Remember that this earth is just a temporal abode, and our permanent address is going to change soon. So the way you live your life here will determine where you spend eternity. And on that note, I will say, be safe. When I say be safe, not just from corona or anything, be safe mentally, spiritually, emotionally, spiritually first. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and every other thing shall be added unto you. On that note, I'll say, be safe once more. Peace, love, and joy. Till we meet again. Bye.